The studio.
Hey.
Our guest is coming soon. Just a lot of things. Excuse me if I said something wrong, but it's been a lot on my mind. First of all, if people can say prayers for my mother, Anita France. Unfortunately, people are so damn insensitive that they broke into her car in the car garage, and the only thing that they got out of it was a case of Canada Dry, the new Canada Dry, which I so love. So, how are you feeling, Jay?
I'm good, Larry. I'm like a kid at Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
We waiting for Thursday.
Okay, the Browns.
I hope your mom, she's okay. Because, these kids out here, they doing any and everything. They stealing Kias now. Y'all know that's the thing? They stealing Kia cars. Did y'all see that on the news this morning?
Well, guess what my mother drives?
She drive a Kia.
Kia Soul.
Yeah, that's what they doing. And they stealing a whole bunch of cars. But they're stealing the kids. They showed it on the news this morning. And see, it's these kids out here. I don't know who got them stealing these cars. I don't know. But one of them gonna get popped. A parent gonna bury somebody.
Mm-hmm.
And don't get on the TV talking about your son wasn't bad. He wasn't doing this. Don't get up there. Don't put no GoFundMe up for none of that. These kids out of control.
Speaking of out of control, I had a report. Last week, we didn't report a death. The wife of Zydrunas Ilgauskas, the former Cavaliers player, passed away. That was last week. Also, and there was another thing that happened. Yeah.
The movie.
The movie. The who?
The movie premiere.
The movie premiere of The Woman King. Oh, and I'm going to get into the Brett Favre stealing money in a minute. But
right? Yeah.
Yeah, you're stealing from welfare people, Brett. You're the former Hall of Fame, former quarterback of the Green Bay Packers. You stealing money. And I don't know why ESPN ain't reported. If it was T.O. or somebody else. If it was T.O., y'all didn't report this like y'all did Deshaun Watson. I'm just saying that. Y'all didn't report this like Brett Favre made millions and millions of dollars in the National Football League and other endorsements, and he out here stealing money for a college so that his daughter can play volleyball. There's some crap.
That's some bullshit.
It is.
But he got the protection for the complexion. I mean, he got the complexion for the protection. Don't forget that.
Okay. So
they do. What they gonna do?
I don't know what they gonna. I mean, they should have vigorously reported it. Shout out to Shannon Sharp for bringing it to our attention on Undisputed. Uncle Shay in the building.
God. That boy.
Yeah. Also, shout out who?
Where was you at when you met Lisa Ray?
G-Cuff, the Greater Cleveland Urban Film Festivals, over there on West Side, West 130th for the Breen Center, Breen Theater at St. Ignatius High School. I took that picture with Lisa Ray. That was the bright spot of my weekend. It was a lovely picture. Lisa Ray is very down to earth. And
I saw that.
Yeah, and afterwards, she gave a great interview. And shout out to everybody that participated.
It was G-Cup Friday night, right?
Yeah, it started Friday night. It ends on the 23rd. So you can watch her films and watch other films over at the Atlas Theater on Shaker Square. So that's usually where everything is. So, all right. I know everybody's been wondering what happened. At Lost Nation Sports Park in Willoughby, Ohio. I was on Team Orlando, and legs pretty much they had the twos to beat us. And two of my teammates who were running and gunning and shooting and missing, and I ain't touched the ball. I was on trying to. So what happened is that he called the rest of our team besides his brother uncoordinated motherfuckers. And everybody looked at him and I said, who are you calling coordinated an uncoordinated motherfucker?
Golly.
And he said, you light-skinned bitch. Man, he was talking to me, yeah. So I cussed him out. He tried to grab the bench that we sat on, and try to swing it. And he also said that if I kept talking, I would have never made it home. So what happened was, that's not funny. Because
but not you, Larry.
That wasn't funny at all. I mean, the thing about it is what he said, when people say that to you, it prompts a different response. So what happened was, as I was about to, I grabbed the bench from him. As I sat the bench down, when I turned my head, his brother, who sucker punched me in the back, in the side of the temple. And sucker punched me in the temple. I was bleeding. I was on the ground, and they kicked me in the back. I was trying to protect my eyes. You know what? Fuck it. For anybody that thinks that I wasn't playing, if you're on my Facebook Live, you can look at my eyes right now and see that I'm serious. Both of my eyes are dark. And if you can see my co-host's face right now, she probably couldn't believe what the fuck I just did. But this will not go unpunished. Because I couldn't have fucking been here right now. Y'all jumped me over a motherfucking basketball game. I have a 10-year-old son. Y'all jumped me at a celebrity charity event for children because we lost a motherfucking basketball game. A motherfucking basketball game. How ignorant is that? And I help everybody on this motherfucker. This platform. That's why I built it for. That's why I built the other platforms for. And I don't have a right to be mad.
No, you do. You have a right.
That's a bullshit. And I don't have a people like, and shout out, you know what? I got to give a couple of shout outs. Shout out to Trap Boy Mannequin. Shout out to Dominic Paz, Trap Boy Mannequin. Shout out to Donald Peterson Pizzle. And shout out to Lex Vegas for helping me and calling the ambulance for me. That's some whoever, and the thing about it is, there's some petty bullshit. My mother is worried. My father and my cousins want blood.
You got stitches, right?
I got 3 stitches in the right side of my ear near my temple. That's where I was bleeding out of. And shout out to Lake East Hospital in Willoughby, and shout out to Sultan Jones for picking me up. I got to give a couple of shout outs. Shout out to UJ. Shout out to UT-Rex for giving me a call. Shout out to Errol Porter of Voice of Radio for calling me. Johnny O of Nerve DJs for calling me. Shout out to Scott Savo, Anna Redding, Maria Booski, Kat Pinkney, Freedom Poetics, Levon Williams. Shout out to Jamil Mount, my cousins Reggie and Virgil Brown, my father Larry H. Gardner Sr., my mother Anita Franz, whose car just got broken into today. The thing about it is that I was in East Cleveland for the press conference because a young African-American man was getting beat up by the police. Shout out to Mariah Crenshaw for bringing Dominique's name to my attention. I was out there, but how the fuck can I talk about police beating us up when we beat each other up over some ignorant shit? How the fuck can I do that? How can I keep, it made me wonder why I kept going. My cousin Reggie Brown pulled me out the house saying, you don't need to think about this shit. And he was right. Because the more I thought about it, the angrier I got. And I wanted to express myself today about this incident. And the thing about it is what hurts the most is that could have been anybody else. You can't get mad over getting a good job. You can't get mad over not voting. You can't get mad over what's going on in politics. You can't get mad over what's going on in the community. But you want to get mad over losing a basketball game to a better team. And you want to take it on your own teammate. What kind of bitch-made motherfucker are you to jump? One-on-one, fair one, fine. But nobody does the fair one no more. And then I get threatened with my life by your own brother, and you can't even calm him the fuck down, but you want to hit me. Fuck you. I'm sorry I feel that way. I'm sorry. I'd be like, I'm 216-249-6658 is the number to call in. I'm sorry I feel, because I didn't want to feel this angry. And this is my people. I defend my people, African-American people, no matter what shade, what color. First to be colorized like that. And then shout out to Lizala Perry for calling me. She called me today too. Everybody that sent everything out. I'm doing a show like this because of the simple fact of the matter is, and I took my glasses off because because an idiot want to jump on my father's post saying, well, if you didn't say something, what the fuck does that have to do with what does the fuck does got to do with the price of tea in China?
They said what now?
They said, well, if I didn't say something to them, well, I know you. You don't know me. And he said, I told you. The only person that can tell me anything is my parents, and they don't even tell me shit. They're mad. My father's 70. He's pissed off.
Is he still here?
Yeah, he's still in Cleveland.
Around.
Hold on for just a second.
I mean, you know, when do we stop the violence? You know, when do we stop the assault on each other? I mean, I'm not understanding, you know, how a basketball game turned into someone being taken to the emergency with a concussion, with stitches and 2 black eyes over a basketball game. I mean, I don't understand. That doesn't make sense to me at all. It just doesn't make sense at all.
Here's the problem with
Totally uncalled for.
Here's the problem that I have with that. And the thing about it is, like, you want to act up. It's a charity basketball event for children. That means that children were present, women were present. So you want to act up in front of them and black children. Second of all, I don't care where it was at. It was in Willoughby with, you know, you say a white man was watching this Lost Nation. We don't get opportunities. We go away from our own communities that are crime ridden to go out there to play a sport. And I've been out there before at the same type of event. And the thing about it is nothing ever happened. Saw some trash talking, but your feelings got that hurt. Oh, by the way, you didn't go after the coach that was talking smack on the bullhorn on the other team. Well, you didn't go after the other team. You went after me, your own teammate. And the thing about it is like, and I said it again, what kind of, you don't have, and the thing about it is, instead of going square up, you had to sneak me. I'm turning my head. Soon as I turn my head, you gonna punch me? Then you gonna have your brother jump me and kick me? And I'm the one supporting you, little dirt. Nobody's giving you any airplay on anywhere. Not the radio shows, nothing. Nobody's giving you any damn airplay. The only person, me and a couple other people, will give you airplay, but nobody, or give you airplay or a thing to shout your stuff out on. But you want to attack me? You know what? I do, and the thing about it is, the reason I went on this week is because of Selena.
Hi.
The reason I went on this week because of Jay. I know that we have a job to do. The show must go on. I had to talk about the Cuyahoga County executive debate down at the Renaissance.
Did you go?
Yes, I did.
I couldn't make it.
And the thing about it is, people ask me, shout out to MC Chill and Rhonda Crowder for asking me what happened.
Oh, Chill.
Yeah, Chill called me. Rhonda saw me. Shout out to the Greater Cleveland Association of Black Journalists for saying what they had to say. And the thing about it is that the messed up part about it is that this could have been avoided.
I mean, there was no reason for it. I mean, you know, when do we come together? You know, we are the only ethnicity that we just eat our own and we regurgitate. and we do any and everything to each other. I mean, Larry, when I got the call, I was driving back from Pitt, and somebody, they called me and they were like, "Did you hear about what happened to Larry?" I'm like, "What?" I'm like, "What happened to Larry?" And then of course they were joking about the game and whatever. And then I called you. I'm like, "Larry, what happened?" You know how you got to go around the bush. Let me get to the point. And when you told me, I'm like, "What? Over a basketball game? You got to be kidding me."
Was you on the same team with them last time, Larry?
Yeah,
Did y'all win last time?
we won last time.
Okay, I was just trying to take that with that.
We won last time. We beat the other team. It wasn't Lex's team, and then we lost to Lex's team in the finals.
But on this past weekend,
We played Lex's team because no other team really else showed up.
So how many people? I mean, first of all, it's in Willoughby, and we already know, them cowboys out there. They looking for somebody to arrest. Did you know the guys?
I knew one that played the last time because he's competitive. He wants to win. But the brother, I didn't know. He was a younger dude, so he came on the first time on this one.
That was gonna be my question. Like, are they young? Because
One is 30, the other one's 25.
a lot of the culture nowadays, they are just ready for anything. They're ready to say anything. They're ready to jump on you for anything. They're ready to, make a issue out of no issue. It's really sad. I don't know where the culture is moving to, where we can't just have friendly, conversation or friendly battle. You guys are playing basketball. Like, when does that? At what point did that just change where you can't even go to a basketball court and play basketball and win?
Well, apparently now. T-Rex, just our guest Selena Figueroa is here, so just bring her on with the entrance music. I do apologize, sweetheart.
No problem.
It's been one hell of a day. So T-Rex, you got that for me? Thank you very much. Now, I had to bring this young lady on, Mary J. Blige, the size of Ultimate Suite. Please welcome my guest in the studio today on the headline Eye on Nerve DJs, WNRV 108.1, Miss Selena Figueroa. How are you today?
Hey, y'all. Hey.
How are you?
What's up?
What's up?
So, I thank you very much for coming in.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for inviting me. Thank you for allowing me to be here. This is like a moment of nostalgia because, I know that my father was once in this room doing his thing,
Who's your father?
Lynn Tolliver.
Oh.
What? Oh, okay.
Yeah, so. So,
Tyler, Rob.
yeah, rocking to the beat and rocking to the groove.
He is truly missed.
Yeah.
He is truly missed.
Definitely. So,
I did his show a couple times.
really.
Mm-hmm.
What's your name?
Jay.
Oh, Jay. Hey, Jay. I heard of you.
I hope it was all
No,
good.
it wasn't anything bad. I swear.
I try to keep it good.
Yeah.
But haters gonna hate.
Haters are always going to hate, no matter what, even if they're winning also and you trying to, bring them along with you, somebody going to always feel some type of way about something. So, you have to just move accordingly.
Gee, I already know how that is. Unfortunately. So you are what? So how many children Lynn had?
I want to say 5.
You are you the youngest?
No, the oldest.
The oldest?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then all boys after me.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Really?
Oh, so
So it was fun.
now, so did you hop into the you hop into the entertainment field?
Well, I've been in the entertainment field ever since I could be involved in it. I didn't realize, how much I was involved in it, being just around my father and being around him, just working and doing his normal thing that he does. So
Never a dull moment with your dad.
never, ever, ever.
Never a dull moment with your dad. Never.
No,
Never, ever,
better not be.
ever. So yeah, I've always been around it. I've always felt it. I've always felt the energy. I've always knew that I wanted to be in the industry. But what's so crazy is I was always like I'm not gonna be as good as him, so I'm just not even gonna try. I'm not even gonna be. How can I walk in his footsteps? How can I do that? So I didn't even try, knowing that that was my lifestyle. Like that was like I don't know anything else.
You have to create your own path.
And so at this moment, that's what we're doing. I know I hear my father's voice all the time. So just do it, Selena. Just do it. So
It's funny because your dad and my bonus dad look alike.
really,
And I remember when they shot at your dad that one time,
yeah.
they saw my dad and thought my dad was your dad.
Oh wow. So
It was funny. No. It was funny.
Yeah.
And I have a picture with your dad. He came to an event that I had, and he was sitting in the lawn chair. It was a jazz event that I had, and he came. And like I said, I've been on his show a couple times when he was here in the studio. But yeah, it's funny that my bonus dad looks and your dad look alike.
They favor each other.
Yep.
Well, they both look good then.
Okay.
Hey.
So the thing about it is, what are you doing now? I saw you on a runway.
Yes.
So you modeling too?
Yes. I try to slay a little bit. So yeah, I just did a show for He Loves Curves. Their March or spring. I don't even know.
He what, baby?
He loves
Loves
curves.
curves.
Okay.
Yes.
You love them cars.
All the curves.
All
Yes,
of them.
all of them.
All of them.
All of them. So, yeah, it was supposed to be a fall show, and I guess whatever happened, she's so dope and she's so hype that, the people want what they want. So she just created this show, and I think in a matter of like maybe a month, she put together this show, sold out tickets in like under 2 hours. Like the people who were actually walking in the show, like we didn't even have a chance to like invite anybody that we, would normally invite because they were just all sold out. So that's just a dope movement right there. Shout out to Sharkia, such a boss. He Loves Curves, 2 different locations.
Okay. All
He loves curves. So
She gonna do another one?
Yeah, she's always doing something. As a matter of fact, she's trying to do something like just always bigger and better. Always
the key.
bigger and better, always involving everyone. I appreciate the fact that she involves anyone. You don't necessarily just have to be like a fashion model or anything like that. She just wants women to feel sexy, confident, rock it, and do you, however you feel like you should do, as long as it's positive and we're doing something great. And who doesn't want to look good?
And everybody ain't a size 0.
Everybody is not a size 0
I
at
don't
all.
want a skinny mini and Swiffer girl. Like, I never
You like
had.
a thicky thick?
Yes, I never. The thing about it is, I never had it. Like I've always thought, and no disrespect to any skinny women out there, I thought most of the skinny women were crackheads. So I just feel like being honest.
What?
I'm being honest.
Oh wow.
But
Okay.
but the thing about it is like it doesn't matter the size of a woman as long as you're healthy.
Right.
As long as you're comfortable in your own skin, it shouldn't really matter.
I'm voluptuous.
So it doesn't matter.
Say it. Yes.
I
Yes.
So it is what it is. So
I'm a thick 'em.
Thicky thick.
just like
Thicker than a Snicker, baby.
I think-
That's
Yes.
So-
Who doesn't like Snickers?
Oh,
so Lisa Ray said in the G Cuff interview that she said it doesn't matter what color or shade that black people come in, whether it be light to dark skin or whether size, we are all African Americans are all beautiful because they're all talented pretty much. So brought that to the attention, and what she said was what was up. So Selena, do you agree with what she said, that statement?
I definitely agree.
So-
It's something about black girl magic.
black girls rock. Baby.
It's something about that
Black
black
girls
girl
rock.
magic. Like, you can wear anything as a black girl. Like, you can do anything. You can soar to new heights. Like, I tell my daughter all the time I have a chocolate baby, a chocolate daughter, and I have a vanilla daughter, and I got a chocolate son, and I got a peanut butter son. So I tell my chocolate baby because she feels sometimes a little left out, because... And I'm like, no, we're not doing that. Like, no, we're not doing that. You are beautiful. She has 4C hair. So we like learning how to just rock her beautiful locks, you know, twist it up. It's okay. Because, you know, when we were younger, it was like, oh, no, you can't have your hair like that. Oh, you got to, what are you doing? You got to perm it. You got to relax it. You got to jerry curl it. You got to do whatever to it. You can't just wear it natural. And that is right there is the confidence that Black girls have, the melanin that we possess, the things that we can do. You know, white girls want to look like us all the time. They tan just to be like
They
us.
want our lips.
Yes,
They want our
the
lips. They want our ass.
the
They
butt,
want our
the hips.
breasts.
Yeah.
They want our men.
They want our language.
They want everything.
They want our hairstyles. They want it all. So it's like, you know, that's something that's a movement. That's something that, you know, you have to be proud of something like that, knowing that you possess that. Someone out there wants to be you or like you. Period.
But
So,
you know, even in 2021, we're in the 21st century,
man,
and
it's
colorism
weird.
is still a thing. That's just crazy to me. It's mind blowing because I can remember growing up as a kid. You know, I got called an albino
Yeah.
all the time.
Yeah.
You?
And listen,
Me too.
I would look in the mirror like, and then I went
I don't
and looked
see it.
up what an albino was. I'm like, I'm far from it,
That's
but
not me.
that's not me. And one day I was coming home from school, this little white boy, and I think he liked me, but you know,
Probably.
it is what it is.
Yeah.
He called me an albino. So I told my grandmother, I was like, this boy on the bus called me an albino. And my grandmother said, you are not an albino. You are one of the many beautiful colors of the African American rainbow.
Yes.
Don't you ever forget that.
Yes.
And that stuck with me and it resonated with me. Even now, just to hear you say your daughter, she feels some kind of way because she's just a tad bit, a shade darker than your other children.
She's so beautiful.
And
though.
she feels it. And it's just like society is still stuck on
It
colorism.
is.
Yeah.
It's sad because like my mother is Puerto Rican. All of my family is white, pale skin, you know, and I was like the dark skin.
Really?
Yeah, growing up. So I felt that, you know, I definitely felt the you're white. And I'm like, no, I'm not.
I mean,
You
I
know,
got
like,
called
know.
white. I mean, even
You?
as life, you know, as
Yeah.
I've gotten older,
Yeah,
you know,
it's still
people
like
think
that.
I identify with Hispanic or Latino women.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, I'm Hispanic. And they're like, you look Hispanic.
All right, let me see. The colorful nicknames. Well, you know, I was called the light skinned bitch at the thing.
I
Unfortunately,
just call you crazy.
right. That was nuts. Let me see. Casper the Friendly Ghost,
Oh,
Go
man.
Worm, Light Bright.
Like,
Get the
right,
laughs
what?
out the way. If my sister Sharisa hears this, T-Rex gonna be mad at the laugh tracks. So, yeah, you know, Light Bright. What else? Night Light.
Nightlight?
Yeah, transparent.
Glow in the dark.
Glow in the dark. All kinds of dumb shit. All right.
Put some respect on it.
So the thing about it is like.
Y'all finish it.
Exactly.
Oh my
I
God,
think we
so
done.
it's
I think we done with that
They're
bullshit.
done.
So it was a messed up situation to be. It had to be messed up. You being, you know, it was so out of your other siblings,
They all are white.
right?
They're all white skin.
You said
Yeah,
are?
I mean, not sorry to say it like
But
that.
They're all white.
they're
all white
Caucasian.
skin.
What? So light skin. So
White skin.
Okay,
Like,
so-
my mother's.
so your mother has other.
Your mother's
Yeah, my
Hispanic.
mother's Hispanic.
Yeah. So your mother had other siblings.
And all of my family are
Other-
white.
Oh.
I was like the first black baby,
Mhm.
you know, to come out. And I know that it was weird for my grandmother over the generations, you know, having to learn to accept that because
Wow.
I was the first one
Mm-hmm.
to have the darker skin with the, you know, different hair. And I remember, you know, oh, you can't sleep on my pillows because you're grease, you know,
In your hair?
yeah, you know, it's just really bad, you know, growing up, you know,
That's disgusting.
going from because we lived on the east side
Mhm.
and my mother, you know, was Puerto Rican white. So I was a white girl, and then going to the west side with all of my Puerto Rican family, I was the nigger, you know. I was
You were the black girl.
yeah, I was the nigger. I
You weren't
wasn't
the Hispanic girl.
No, I wasn't the Hispanic.
You weren't the
girl.
Latino, you were the
No,
black
I was
girl.
the black girl,
Right.
and it was rough growing up and that's why I got into modeling because it was like I had to find me. Like I felt like I know I'm beautiful, I just don't know like what am I missing? Like I didn't know. I had no idea. I just know that people were always saying something, no matter where I went. Even my family, down to my aunts, to my cousins, to friends, peers. So yeah.
So wait a minute. You saying that did your father's Lynn Tolliver, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Your mom was Puerto Rican.
Mm-hmm.
So did your mom have other children by other people?
No.
Just Lynn.
Mm-hmm.
And they all came out light skinned except for you.
Mm-hmm.
And you were considered.
They went back in the gene pool.
And
even though you had the same mother and father.
We had the same blood. But that's what I have to tell people nowadays. Like, that's where the black melanin magic comes in, because you can be any color as a black person. You can make any color. You can make a blonde hair, blue eye, red hair, green eyes, white, black, dark, charcoal, super, you can make anything. And that's what we possess in our DNA. But, not knowing as a child growing up that, I didn't know that. I had to research it and look at it, and just seeing people on television that weren't my complexion, that weren't like my hair, that weren't like, this or that. So it was a thing. And, I'm here now.
Shout out to Troy Harris on my Facebook. I said Afro Latino.
Yes.
That's what it's called?
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing about it is like if anybody would see you, they would see you as, what do you claim? African American, Latino, what do you claim?
Hispanic.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So
because, I am Hispanic.
I said she's Hispanic.
Yeah. So when you break down like the Hispanics, Puerto Ricans, there's a mixture of Indian, Black, and Spanish, and it created a race of Tainos, and so that right there just my mother did an ancestry test, and she found out that we were like 3% Jewish. It's so many different things in this world that Black people can make. Everybody wants a Black girl. I don't care if you are acting like you don't, like how you were saying when you were growing up and the white boy was bullying you. He loved you low key. He just couldn't say it because we were living in a time where you couldn't say stuff like that.
Right.
You couldn't.
Right.
It was terrible. But, moving forward in this generation, it's like, it's a great thing that people are learning to embrace themselves, even with down to the hair. I had so many problems growing up with my hair, just not knowing what to do, what kind of products to use, what kind of things that I should, so I always kept it in a ponytail,
What is it going to do today?
Right.
How's
What's
my
going to
hair
happen
today?
today? Dang, I can't get in that swimming pool because, it's going to snap up and shrink up, and I don't know how to comb it. I don't know how to grease it. I don't know, so it was a lot of things that again, that's why I got into modeling, just to learn myself, just to learn, how to be confident. I used to walk with my head down.
You did?
What?
Yeah.
You?
No.
No.
I used to walk with my head down because it was always something. It was always like a judgment. It was always like, I don't even want people to look at me. It's always something coming from somewhere, somebody, family, friends, everywhere, So I just, and, my dad was like, why are you always walking with your head down? We're going to do something about it. So, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, shout out, and it's always have, Lynn Tolliver, strong father figure, was he? He was a very
Definitely,
strong. So
yeah.
it's always good to have, I see, and despite you having that Steelers gear on, Jay.
Don't come over here with that.
I see it too.
Despite, that's why Troy,
Don't come over here.
I see it.
all right. So I see that there's strong father. You had a strong father and she had a strong father. So, this is one of my favorite songs, Cheer Me Up. We about to go to break with Gucci Man photo shoot. We'll be right back on the Headline Nerve DJs, WNRV1081.com. We'll be right back.
Hey, y'all.